Hey all, this is Eucep again, and today, well, I have a special surprise. Well, not really a surprise. Uh, Long ago, well, not that long ago, but over half a year ago, I was at Auto Assembly. Back then, I promised something, and I haven't done it since then. Yeah. Um, Actually, I already tried to do this once. I tried to do this as an unboxing and looking at what's in the box, and only to try to upload it and find half an hour of video gone. So I guess this is going to be shorter because I've already gone through it. I have an idea of what's in the box, and I'm not going to go. Well, you can't see me ramble and do stupid things as much. Um, Now, this video was as a response to Wolfgang 1 or Gerard. Um, Pretty much about, well, the old guard is not uploading videos. And okay, I'm not in the list of people who is supposed to do things because I still do things, but I'm not as vocal anymore. But anyway, I'm going to review this one. He was sealed, but before people start to argue, this box was already quite damaged thanks to the trip home, so yeah, collector's value was already gone there. Right, let's get him out. Again. Actually, this does save on the time for me trying to get all of the twisty ties and everything that's in this out of here, because this thing is a load of crap. I'm going to say it, this is not going to be a nice review. I really was not pleased with what I got out of this box. Manuals, collector cards, and all the extra parts. Right, let's put this box aside. All in all, the thing I'm going to keep this box is because it is a very nice collector's box, and it stores everything nicely, displays nice, and such a box actually allows for stacking while still showing the things inside, which is pretty nice. Of course, as I said, there's a bag of crud. These are all the extra parts you need for the various extra modes of this toy, which includes all the loose weapons for the various individual Piranacons, and some extra limbs for those having separatable arms. There is the main gun for Snap Trap, which is a pretty huge gun. Actually, this could just as well go with Piranacon himself, but yeah. And then there are the parts for the displays. You actually get 5 pairs of them, but I'm not going to take all of them out. Just going to show off one set. Actually, these are quite nice because you can actually use part of this as an optional gun for each of them if you want extremely large guns. But using these parts together, you can actually make a pretty decent display stand. And this actually harks more back to the time where, well, if you had just one of them, you could at least display them as their gun modes without, well, issues. I'll show that more off in a moment, because let's get him out of his plastic prison. Actually, his head is separately packaged this way. Alright, so here he is straight out of the box. Nothing done to him. Yeah, you should connect these arms to him here, but for storage, yeah, they're pretty loose. And I'm going to say it directly, as I said already, this is not going to be a nice review because this this is a pile of dirt. The quality of this figure is pretty much on knockoff levels, and I'm not really pleased with that. I thought it would be pretty decent, but seriously, this guy is very, very limited in quality. The plastic feels wrong, connections are loose, some joints are overly tight, others are overly loose, stickers look bad. Yeah, this was £40. I don't think it was worth the £40 that I paid for it. Articulation. Pretty much it. He can move his arms, he can move his hands. And that's it. I will say I do like the chromed sword, complete with the chrome parts here. That's nice. In the box he has his legs extended, but no way that he can stand like that, so most people will see him like this. This is the usual way for him to look. So this is not the usual combination. He is more often the one used as the gun than this guy. No, I don't know all of them by name, and I'm not going to research it again. One thing I will show again is this. There's a stack of cards with this guy, and these cards are actually pretty good. They're high quality images, complete with the stats, biography, pretty much things which I wish more Transformer toys came with, not just anniversary figures. They're pretty much of the entire team, all individuals, and Piranacon himself. Alright, I'm going to try and show this all off again. Just pause if you want to read it, because I'm going to throw them, all of them. Pretty nice that you actually get for the entire group. I actually thought there was only one for Piranacon himself. I would have been pleased with that, but it's for the entire team, which is nice. So, pretty much all of them. As I said, I'm not going to read it. Then this video will already turn into way too long, and the previous video was half an hour. I'm not going to do that again. That should have been long enough for all of them. I just hope that my camera focuses properly on all of this. If not, too bad. Alright, let's put this aside. Yeah, we're going to pull him apart. Pretty much everything is peg and port. Even these guys. The fists have the same ports as the leader has. Let's put everything aside. And let's put all of these guys quickly into their beast modes first, because I'm going to transform them from there. Right, let's not forget the extra parts. Alright. Yeah, you can hear things snap pretty hard. Yeah, because, as I said, this stuff is pretty much knockoff quality. At least that's the way it feels to me. I'm not really fond of this at all. Actually, pretty disappointed by it, to be honest. I really thought this would be better than that, but oh well. Let's see if I have the correct one here. I think this is the one. No, this is not the one. This is, I hope, the one. I'm messing up now here. Probably. Put on their weapons. At least I hope I'll put on the correct weapons, which would be nice. Because these guys also have attack modes, even though that does not really say much. Right. Yeah, that's me a lot bubbling and not really showing anything. We'll puppy off head. That's pretty much for everything with this line of figures. All these loose parts, big feet, loose fists. Even this sword pretty much packs in the same way as any of the other parts. This one actually has just this silver dot to emulate that there is an actual weapon end in this. The other one does not have this, at least. Oh wait, they both have that. Never mind. Anyway, there's a lot of fibbing going on with this entire figure. And all of it in, all of the things in it. I hope I put it all in correctly, but we'll see in a moment. I must say there are some issues with the way these guys all connect. One of them is, especially with this guy, yeah, he has a wheelie by which he connects. Ha ha. And I believe these need to be separated and put under him. Alright, and then snap trap. Yeah, doing everything speedy, speedy, speedy. To not waste your time too much, because I already am wasting your time majorly by doing this. At least, yeah, there's plenty of that. That's the one thing where I can't complain on this figure. There's plenty of good click in this. Alright, let's start off with the boss. Snap Trap. This was some fast transforming. Not as fast as I would have wanted, but oh well. Snap Trap. Snapping Turtle. Ooh, surprising. Actually has an articulated mouth, but his jaw pretty much dislocates. And he looks pretty scary, to be honest. Though that's lessened when you see his gimmick. Pom-pom weapons. Which pretty much nearly makes him cute. He also has these parts on his shell. You normally put them back, but you can put them forward for his attack mode. I think, yeah, you can also put his main cannon on top of him. So he's a triple-barreled attack turtle. Yeah, they went overboard with this guy. Right, for his transformation to robot, pretty much you undo half the transformation again. As you can see, even here already stickers are coming loose. The quality really, really is bad. Fall down these legs. You actually have some heel spurs for this guy, but they really are of no value for him in any form. There's actually a bit of automorph with his fists extending automatically when you unfold them, which is nice. And here you have Snaptrap in basic robot mode. Take this shield, fold out one of these pegs which connect him to his chest, fold it into his arm. Now normally he also can hold the sword, but I'm not going to bother with that. Instead he's just going to get a big blaster, which fits more for him. And well, here you have the leader in his finished form. Actually unusual for most Transformers, but he has an actual, with his legs that they spread apart, which looks cooler. So pretty nice there. Actually he does stand pretty nicely. Right, let's go for the next one. Yeah, I put them all into their attack modes. Not that they're really that interesting, but of all of them, this one is my favorite. Completely forgot his name. Doesn't matter. I like this guy. Just because he's a lobster who has a multi-barreled gun under his maw. Pretty much like Rampage from Beast Wars. Yeah, I'm pretty much sure that the inspiration for that guy came from this one. Leave me in my illusion, even if it's not. Just leave it be. And without... Yeah. This guy comes with detachable parts. His claws come off. And he... in original packaging, he comes without them, which makes for a tighter package. Oh well. Fold out this part, fold this out, fold this. Wait. First, fold this back, fold these around. Whoop-de-doo, you have a robot, and you can give him a handgun. Yeah, I'll go pretty quickly over all of these roles because they're pretty hard. They're mono legs. These are combiner junks. Alright? Alright. Let's go. C-Wing, I think. This is the only one which makes sense for that. Yeah, I elect Manta Ray with guns under its wings. Yeah. It actually has molding claws. Of all of them, yeah, I can understand why he isn't really beloved. He does have a large maw, so he can nibble pretty ferociously, probably. He has an interesting weapon because it can combine like this. Right, for robot mode, move the wings back, move the tail back, move these parts around, fold them, blah. Pretty much fold them around, pull them down, fold these fish feet in, put the gun into one of his hands, and here you're done. With a handy handle because, well, yeah, they really didn't really put any effort into hiding any of the combiner junk on these guys. It's pretty hard. The most silly of them all. No, I can't take any of these serious. They're not supposed to be taken serious. They're a laugh. In the series, they're cool. Perhaps one day we'll get a reimagination of them, which is cool. But I don't think that ever will happen. Some of these parts are really friggin' tight. And pretty much he stares out of his bum hole. Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Once again. Where do you stuff it? You stuff it on the back. And that goes for all of them. Now, Scalar is the only one which has some nostalgic value, because as a kid I actually had him. And his colors are pretty close. I didn't really mention this yet, but for a lot of them, some of the colors were changed somewhat, swapped around. It's pretty noticeable, especially in the head of Snaptrap, I believe. He used to have a black hat, if I'm not mistaken. And there are more of such details which were changed for him. Unlike my original Scalar, this one actually comes with his weapons. Once again, they also combine, which is pretty nice actually. No, there's weird. I'm not really sure, but you can actually also connect them like this. Not sure why. But you're supposed to connect them like this, which is actually for his gun mode. But we'll show that off in the final one. Also one of those with an opening jaw, even though, yeah, you don't really notice it that much. Pretty much all of them, yeah, you can move the arms somewhat, the legs somewhat when they have them. This one actually has knees. Nice. Right, let's transform him to robot mode. Make sure that the mouth is closed. Arms are like this. Pull out this part, fold them out, flip them around, open up the tail. And then I need something for a tool, because getting these out by nails does not work. And seriously, there is a lot of flash on these. They really never really took care of all the sprue flash on these guys. And once again, major backpack, overly large limbs, mono leg. Yeah, as a team, they're pretty much standard for the whole idea of the entire line. Now this guy actually supposed to have his gun underneath him like this for his attack mode, but yeah, it doesn't hold one bit. I'm going to show with him his gun mode, which pretty much all of them have. Just pretty much return him to the way he's actually packaged with Piranacon. You fold out his head. Some have a fold out fake head, some can actually use their head. Pretty much use it like this. Take that stand. And this can be bloody tight, but once you get it in, you can display them in their gun forms, which is nice. It's a nice attention to detail, but it really was not needed, in my opinion. All of this stuff just gets in the bags, will never be used. And same goes for pretty much 99% of all of them. If they had included just one stand, it would have been enough in my opinion, but then again, of course there would be people whining about it. So I can understand that they don't do that. Right, back to his... Now this is one of the things which really got me worried. I really have to... before I can fold him in properly. Don't really like that. But let's show him in his robot mode. Fold. Yeah, you can remove the legs. They're very loose, so it doesn't really matter if they're on, yes or no. You can have him with a fish pope hat, but you're supposed to once again make it a backpack. Yeah, these things really hurt the nostalgia when you really think about how crud most of these figures really were. Can I recommend this? If the sentimental value of these guys does not go down by their wrong colors, by the cheap feeling of this plastic, then perhaps indeed it might be worth money. I paid £40 for this, and I am pretty certain I would not have paid for it had I known how bad this figure really is. Anyway, this was Eucep. I've saved 5 minutes on this review. Thank you all for watching and see you next time.